Hey guys! So we're going to try something different today. I've never used this before, but we're going to give it a try. Okay, so what I'm looking at is the Bay Miwok packet. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go through and read lesson 1 for you and kind of highlight and talk about the important things in it. So first thing I'm gonna do is take my packet here and I'm going to put my name on the bottom. First name, last initial, and my number is 0. I know it's weird, we haven't really been using our numbers recently. All right, I'm turning to page 1. It says the Bay Miwok, lesson 1, the land, okay? So what we're gonna do is just kind of read through this together. If you want, you can have yours out with you and be following along. I have a highlighter with me and a pen or a pencil. Any of those kind of items would be helpful. And we're gonna go through and kind of learn about who these Bay Miwok are, okay? Contra Costa County was the home to many California Indians. This area was ideal because the land had so much to offer. We talked about this so much in the beginning of the year, that communities are built near natural resources. Remember, a natural resource is something from nature that people can use, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, that the land had so much to offer, and I'm going to say Contra Costa County. Okay, we also learned Contra Costa County when we did our Where Do We Live in the World part also, okay? The land had so much to offer. The hills, valleys, bays, and creeks were filled with a huge variety of plants and animals, giving the Indians all the food and materials that they needed to survive, okay? So those are the natural resources we're talking about here. We've got plants, we've got animals, okay? Those plants and animals can give them food and materials, and it's all about survival, okay, that they needed to survive. They built their homes by the creeks, hunted in the valleys, and worshipped on the mountain. I wonder which mountain they're talking about. The Indians of Contra Costa County belonged to different tribal groups, but their lifestyles, leadership, and culture were very similar. So there's going to be different groups, however, some things will be the same. Their lifestyle, leadership, and culture were very similar. Okay? Over 200 years ago, 3 tribes once populated what is now Contra Costa County. They were the Miwoks, the Yokuts, and the Ohlone, also known as the Costanoans. Okay, I'm probably saying that wrong. So we had 3 main groups, okay? We had the Miwoks, the Yokuts, and the Ohlone in Contra Costa County 200 years ago. Within each of these tribes, smaller groups called tribelets existed. So now we're going into smaller groups within the tribes, okay? Tribelets ranged in size from 40 to 200 members, 40 to 200 members. Each tribelet lived within their own territory. The territories of each tribelet were usually divided at the tops of ridges and were only crossed for trading and celebrations. So that means they would basically think about like a hill. Like the top of the hill was where the boundary was between 2 groups of people, between 2 of the different tribelets, between 2 of the different groups, okay? They would only cross them to do trading, which we'll learn about, and celebrations, which we'll also talk about further on as we go. All right, continuing on to the next part. The Indians of East and Central Contra Costa County were the Miwok. Hey, that's us, the Miwok. Miwok means people in their native language. I'm going to highlight Miwok means people. Since the Miwok area covers the territory from here to Yosemite, yeah, that's a long way, they were called the Bay Miwok, meaning people of the Bay. I'm going to highlight that as well, okay? So not only were we Miwok, but we were Bay Miwok because we're right here next to the San Francisco Bay. 5 tribelets of the Bay Miwok have been identified. They are the Saklin, Chupkan, Volvan, Julpan, and Tatkan tribelets. The name of each tribelets come from the location of their village site. Some of you should actually recognize these Saklin, Julpan, I think Chupkan. These are all street names. If you live over by Indian Valley, which is where I know Nayland lives over there, Ayan lives over there, Colby, I think you might live over there too. Some of these names are the names of streets in your area. So the next time you're out walking, take a look around and see if you notice that. Miwok is also a street name too. If you're going up the big hill, which I know some of you live back behind the big hill. I think one of the streets that you can turn off is Miwok Way. So those names got their name because of the Native American tribes that were first here, okay? Let's figure out exactly where these tribelets lived. The Saklan tribelet were living in Rossmore, Lafayette, Moraga, Walnut Creek, and 2 sites in Concord. So that's the Saklan tribelet. Okay, so that's one of them. And those are the areas that they lived. A small tribelet of Chupkin lived along the streams in Concord, which flowed north to the wide Tule marshes on the edge of the bay and into the Pittsburgh and Black Diamond areas. Okay, so that's kind of North Concord and into Pittsburgh and into Black Diamond, which is kind of where Antioch is, okay? I know you guys, did you get to go on your Black Diamond field trip last year? Yes, I believe you did. 2 years ago, I think it got rained out, but I think you guys got to go. Notice this word Tule marshes. Remember we spent some time taking a look at Tule, what it is. Remember it's like a tall reed plant that grows next to water that the Native Americans would use for lots of different purposes. Next up is the large tribelet of Volvan, okay? They lived in villages near the caves, peaks, and creeks of the east side of Mount Diablo, the town of Clayton, and the Clayton Valley area of Concord. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. It was a large tribelet. It is called the Volvan, and they live right here, you guys, the east side of Mount Diablo. That's our side, in the town of Clayton in the Clayton Valley area of Concord. Okay, so that's all in this direction. Next group is the Julpin tribelet, and they lived in the Delta areas east of Antioch in the Oakley and Brentwood areas, and they were known as fishermen. That's like if you ever go to where it's called the Delta to go water skiing or fishing, that's where that is. So Oakley, Brentwood, past Antioch. And then this last group we have is the Tacton, okay, or the Tatcan, and they lived in Danville, parts of San Juan Valley, and controlled the western part of Mount Diablo. So they're going to actually be on the other side of Mount Diablo from us. And again, we can think of that idea where like the ridge of the mountain is where the border is. Okay, oops. If I was in class, you guys would have definitely corrected me. Miss Housie, you wrote 4 twice. I meant to write 5. My mistake. Take a look down here at the very bottom. It says, in East Contra Costa County, where Byron stands today, the Cholbones of the Yokut tribe lived. The Olonis lived along the bay. The Carquin tribelet lived on both sides of the Carquinez Strait, which was named after them. Martinez through Pinole was their homeland. So just more about it. The point here is, guys, the Bay Miwok were the Native Americans that lived in this region. There were different tribelets, which were small groups, and the main tribelet that lived right here in our hometown of Clayton is the Volvan tribe. After you're done reading this and understanding it, you're going to turn the page and there's an activity. It says, what tribe lived in your city? Okay, and what you're going to do is use the map and you're going to complete these directions here. Circle the city you live in with red, so you find Clayton and circle it in red. Label the locations of the 5 Bay Miwok tribelets in green. It's okay if you just do that in pencil. You're really going to have to kind of go back and forth and see what the directions say. Like, oh, out by Oakley and Brentwood. Which one was that? Oh, that was the Julpin. Okay, so then you're going to come back over here and you're going to write Julpin. That's to kind of give you an idea what you're doing. Draw a triangle where Mount Diablo is located. Make that brown. Color the water blue, and color Contra Costa County yellow. Contra Costa County, so I'm going to actually highlight it so you guys can see. Contra Costa County is this part that I'm highlighting right now. Okay, all of that is Contra Costa County. Now the part where it's saying for water, the part for water, I was trying to find like a plan. I didn't come totally prepared to color right now, but I want to make sure you guys can understand where the water is. Okay, so here's the water. All of this part is water, 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 water. Ugh, terrible coloring. You guys can do much better coloring than this, but I'm just trying to give you an idea where the water is. Okay, here's San Francisco. There's Oakland. That's where the Bay Bridge is. San Francisco up to Marin County. Over here is where that Golden Gate Bridge is. That's famous. Okay, so your goal is going to be to follow the directions. It's okay if the colors aren't perfect, okay? The point is just to kind of see where the 5 tribelets are, find Mount Diablo, find Clayton, and realize where the Volvon troop are, where they lived, right in our area, okay? All right, you guys, hopefully that worked and that was helpful.